Senator Johnson calls his plan America's choice, and he joins us now from New Orleans, where he is attending the Republican National Committee winter meeting. Senator Ron Johnson, thank you so much for joining us. And I want you to just explain just briefly for us, to our viewers, what you mean by America's choice. What is this exactly?
Well, good morning, Betty. Well, first of all, this is about informing the American public, and it's not about creating division, but it's about talking about the fact that there is a very big difference between President Obama's agenda and his view of America and our view. And it's just a 5-point comparative agenda that talks about how President Obama is all about growing government, about their growing government's intrusion and control of our lives, which means also then growing our debt and deficit. Republicans are about growing the private sector, trying to reduce the role of government in our lives, trying to reduce our debt and deficit. If you've been watching, President Obama has not been exactly utilizing our natural energy resources in this country. He's been delaying issuing permits on things. Republicans actually want to utilize our own natural resources to create jobs, reduce our dependence on foreign oil.
Is that what you're talking about, the Keystone Pipeline?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a key example. I mean, that will create, because I think it'll move forward, it'll create 20,000 new jobs. It represents $20 billion in private sector infrastructure investment. That's something we can all support, and we should support it. But, if you've also been listening to this president, I believe, truthfully and unfortunately, that he stopped running America back on November 3rd, 2010, and started running for re-election. And so part of his strategy is a do-nothing Congress and also class division. And so his tax policy is about punishing success. We actually want pro-growth tax reform. That's another part of that agenda.
Senator, I mean, I know you are a freshman senator, and you are known very well now as a fiscal hawk. So how is this, though, highlighting the differences between the two? How is that going to bring together both parties, though, to come together on the deficit this year?
Because in order to accomplish anything in America, first of all, you need presidential leadership, and this president has provided no leadership on the debt and deficit. So it's a political process. And the way you move the political process forward is you have to inform the American public. You have to let them know this is our approach versus the people on the other side, what their approach is. Okay. And the whole point of this agenda is all 5 of these elements are things the American people support. But in the last year, in our very good faith efforts trying to negotiate with this president, we muddled the differences. A lot of the negotiations occurred in secret. This is about a very open process, which is what an election's all about. Okay. And it's a strategy to do it that way.
Senator, just quickly, I mean, talk about divisiveness. What we've seen in the GOP race to the White House is that there is a very divided, it seems in many ways, divided Republican Party. What do you think so far about these attacks on Mitt Romney and about the negativity between the candidates? How does that highlight? What do you say, in terms of how that highlights your own party?
I think that's part of the America's Choice agenda, is we can get all of our candidates talking about the things that Americans agree with that will also start solving the problem. We'd be in a far better position than if we actually have some candidates start attacking capitalism. I mean, again, Republicans are for the free market. We are for our form of an economy that actually recognizes how important freedom is and the free markets are in terms of, let's face it, we're 5% of the world's population. We produce more than 20% of the world's goods. That's a marvel. So we don't need Republicans attacking that system. We need Republicans showing what our vision of the solution is, which is less government, less debt and deficit, pro-growth tax policy, a regulatory balance. And underlying all of it is we have got to repeal the health care law, because it will do great harm to our health care system. It will blow a hole in an already horribly broken budget.
Senator, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining me on this and talking about those topics. Senator Ron Johnson.
Thanks for having me on.